Hey, Melissa Sim here. So today we are going to be talking about Instagram growth, your key to a thriving business. So while I'm waiting for people to kind of like come in and join the live, I'm gonna just type the comment in here, which is Instagram growth, your key to a thriving business. Yes. So I'm just going to pin the comments so people who come in can actually watch. All right, so here goes. So let me first start with the success story. I'm waiting for some people to join, but I'm like just gonna go ahead because I don't want when people kind of like come in. Hey, hi Abby. Abby takes picture. Hello. So today we are going to be talking about Instagram growth and your key to a thriving business. There is Berry Naturally. I'm so happy to see you as well, Abby. So you were actually on my live the other day. I'm kind of like wanting to do live almost like every day now. I'm trying to keep it up. Nice to see you as well. Okay, so we've got Mel Robinson. Hello. Hi, Mel Robinson. So for those of you whom I probably don't even kind of like know your name, or if your name is not on your Instagram handle, maybe you'd like to say hi to me and let me know your name. You're called Mel? Is it Mel Robinson? Thank you so much, Abby. In fact, I actually told Becky the other day that I will be doing a live on Instagram, so she's kind of like looking out for it as well. Okay, so today I hope this topic is going to be interesting for you guys. So this is a Mel or Melanie. Okay, hi. I think Mel is for short. That's kind of like for short for my name as well. Melissa and is Mel for short. So since there are a couple of people on the live, so let me just introduce myself. I'm Melissa Sim. I am a business and a mindset coach. And I've been like doing a series more on the mindset bit because I'm having this 8-week program for drop your struggle and step into abundance. But today I really wanted to talk about Instagram growth and your key to a thriving business. So let me start with telling you guys, more like you girls, about their success story that I've got, right? So for me now, Instagram has totally been organic. I have been growing my Instagram since about July last year. And right now I've got like 7,000 people on my Instagram, which is really amazing. So I have like, yay, like thank you so much for following me. Hi, Michelle. So that has been amazing. And I think the more amazing thing is I've been booking clients via Instagram. It's like my source of business so far. I don't use Facebook so much. So I've got a Facebook group, and essentially my Facebook group is for me to post a lot of my replay of like just stuff like what I'm doing this now. I'm actually recording on my Facebook group so that anybody who wants to watch the replay can go and look at it. But most of the people actually join me live in Instagram, so it's been amazing. Hello, Legal ID Mom. What's your name? Sort of like tell me your name. Okay, so that has been really amazing. So what I have been doing consistently, other than when I was banned by Instagram for I think like about a month or two, okay, so it's Mariko, was that I had been growing my Instagram following about 1,000 a month. I've also had my clients growing their Instagram to about like 2,000 a month. So it really depends on your niche, and it also depends on who you're targeting. So obviously if you're targeting male and female, then it will be around 2,000 a month. If you're targeting just female, then it will be probably like me. It's like about 1,000 a month, right? So that's usually the kind of results that my clients get, and myself as well. The other thing is I get my email sign up. It's all organic, by the way. I just wanted to tell you guys that this is an organic strategy. And so so for me, it's been like I sign up, email sign up is like about 15 to 20 every week. Okay, so again, that is it sort of like varies depending again like your niche, what you do, your copy, and a whole lot of stuff. And I think the most amazing thing about being on Instagram is you get to connect with people every day. Like you basically have a conversation with somebody every day. It's not just somebody, it's like between 3 to 5. And so I get this all the time, right? When I'm talking to people, they will say, I get this objection, and the objection is like, I don't actually want to grow my Instagram because I want to grow my Instagram with people I know. And I always find it really weird because it's like, well, in the first place, you need to get to know them, right? So it's like, well, it's just like me now. I'm on live, I'm talking to you girls here. And over time, you see me live enough, we'll get to know each other, right? So it isn't like you need to know them first before you grow your Instagram. That would be not a business account. That would be like a friend account, right? It's like your personal account that you want to grow, and you don't actually want to grow when it's like a personal account, because you just want to like, you know, get your friends on, and it's kind of like that, right? So I'm talking about an Instagram account where you grow with one intention in mind, and that is to get business. All right, so if you're in business, obviously you want business, otherwise, you know, it's just a hobby. Then you don't need to grow your account or do anything, right? So it is for the purpose of business, but at the same time you build connection, and you know, along the way there is a strategy, and this strategy is so amazing simply because it is so much better than Facebook, right? So if you guys know a little bit about Facebook strategy, if you have been doing any advertisement at all, and tell me, for you girls who has been around, like who has been, have you girls actually tried doing any Facebook advertisement, right? And tell me if you have, and what has been your experience, and what has been the results. Because I have my experience when I first started my business coaching. When I first started my online business, I started with Facebook advertisement. I spent about like $500 every month, and I'm talking about US dollars. And the result isn't as amazing. And I will get like a conversion. So let me just kind of give you, if you know about Facebook and you have been on Facebook ads, Facebook conversion on the average is about $2.50 to $3 per lead. I'm talking about per lead. I'm not talking about like people are coming in to buy something from you, right? Just signing up to your email list. It's about growing your traffic and growing your email list. So that is about $2.50 to $3, and it's pretty expensive, right? So if you are going into Facebook and you're actually doing the ads, and provided that you are actually converting at $2.50, I know there are some people who actually converts a lot more higher. Like if you don't know how to do it, you're converting like at $8 or stuff like that, and it's really high per conversion lead. And so okay, so we've got some, okay, I'll come back to you, Abby. So let me just finish this. And so this has been my experience, and a lot of people I've spoken to, like they get $5, $7, $8 per conversion lead. It's really expensive. But people who are, when I start doing in Instagram, it's been amazing. I mean, my conversion lead now is like, I don't know, very little. I mean, I don't spend more than $35 a month, and my conversion, as I mentioned to you, is about 20 email a week. So that would be like about 60. So you can actually make that sort of like calculation. I haven't actually calculated it out. I should have before I came on live, but really that is the conversion lead. And I also tried doing the Facebook, like when I drive traffic to Facebook via Facebook page likes, I've got like less than 40 cents per like, right? But in Instagram, I'm getting like less than a cent. Like it's like 0.01 0.35 or 0.035 cents or something like that, because of the fact that I'm like building that with 1,000 followers a month. And for my clients who are building it at 2,000 followers a month, that is even more amazing. Like the cost is really, really so low, right? Which is why it is Instagram, why you want to do Instagram. So we've got more people joining. It's at Whole Body Wellness. Thank you for joining. Tell me what's your name. At Whole Body Wellness. Okay, Abby said, I've done so much micro promotion, 30 or so at a time. I realized my videos were way too long, so I got very little results. All my clients who doubled or tripled their knowledge, their followings did it on IG. Yes. So when you're saying about the micro promotion, you're talking about the Facebook promotion, or you're talking about Instagram? So I think basically it's been like really, really great on IG, right? IG is like really a fantastic platform to really grow your Instagram. And okay, so that's on Facebook. $30 doesn't actually get you very far. That's the problem. Yeah, I normally do like a $5 a day, and then I do it like every day for like a month or something, and even then, you know, it adds up and it gets like really expensive. Okay, so that's what I'm talking about Instagram today, right? Because Instagram is really the place where you can grow organically, you can grow really fast, and you can target your ideal clients. So for all of you here that's watching me, I'm assuming that you are in some kind of business. That's why you're watching me. So let me know if you are in some kind of business. That's why I'm sure, Abby, you are in business because you are doing promotion at FB, right? Abby Lee takes pictures. So I guess you are a photographer, Abby. And for the rest, I think Whole Body Wellness should be something about health coaching. If you're doing something else, legal advice, I'm assuming. Oh, that's Michelle has just joined as well. Don't know what Mel Robinson do. Yeah, just kind of like let me know what you're doing, and if you have had experience in FB, and how has been your experience in Instagram. It'd be nice to know. Health coaching, hi. All right, so yeah, the other thing about being on talking to people and like telling them, hey, you know, if you have a very, very small following, you need to start growing your following. And they will actually tell me, oh, I don't want to grow a big following because it is about the quality of people. And this is the thing, right? So this strategy about really targeting and growing your Instagram isn't about randomly targeting everyone. It is really about knowing who is your niche, knowing who is your ideal client, and only targeting your ideal clients, right? So I'm not talking about growth for the sake of growth. I'm not even talking about, I know there are some people who actually does it like about 100,000 a year. I mean, I don't know how to do 100,000 a year, and like in certain niches, I'm not sure even that's possible. But the one that is like really possible, and I can see it happening, I can see it happening for myself, I can see it happening for my clients, are like, it is really, really doable and possible at 1,000 to 2,000 a month, right? And it is really, like, by the time you get there, you are having a thriving business. So yeah, so the thing about going into Instagram, and I just wanted to, like, it just came to me now. So my client, not my client, so I've got like this prospect, she was actually talking to me, and she said she doesn't know what's happening. She goes on Instagram, she goes on Facebook, she does live, she posts content, but nobody shows up. And I'm like, yeah, that's because you only have a couple of hundred on your Instagram, and she's only like got 15 members in her 1.5, okay, in Facebook. So I said, it's a lot of numbers, right? And so it doesn't, I mean, it doesn't really take like, and so I thought I just want to like share this because it doesn't really, it's like a no-brainer, right? So for instance, like if you, just imagine if you're a shop. So I always like to take this analogy of you having a physical shop when you're having social media, or when you're online, right? When you're online, you need to take the analogy of having a real shop. So imagine if you want to open a place, all right, a shop, whatever you're selling. You want to sell coffee, or so let's just say for the purpose of like you open a shop, you want to sell coffee, right? So you have a cafe, you want to open in a mall. You obviously will want to go and open it in a mall that has a lot of traffic, right? So you want to open it in a mall that has like 12,000 people daily going to the mall, or at least that kind of number, right? 5,000, 12,000 daily. Like people are going to the mall. And if you have that kind of number going to the mall, the chances of them like coming to your shop to have a coffee is very high, because for the virtue of the fact that there are so many people. Obviously your coffee needs to be good, your cakes needs to be good, then people go in. Like that's the other story. But assuming that you serve great coffee and you serve great cakes, and you open in a mall that only has a couple of hundred people going there every day, you're not going to have a lot of business, even though your coffee is great, even though you serve great cakes, right? As opposed to if you are in a mall that has really a lot of traffic, that's a lot of people. So that is exactly what we're trying to do in Instagram. And I'm talking about solely Instagram because that's kind of like where my fun and joy is. I don't actually have that much of fun and joy in Facebook. Though obviously any sort of social media that you are going into, whether it's Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, Pinterest, you need to pick one, and pick one that you are comfortable with. And if you like Instagram, then this is your place, right? This is the place to really grow and basically have your potential clients and get business from Instagram. Like this is the place, right? So let me just kind of like look at some comments before I go on. I think okay, so Abby say you are a social media manager at a firm and an entrepreneur. Oh wow, so you are a social media manager. That's amazing. That's great. Maybe you can share with us some tips. And Legal ID Mom is legal and identity protection services. Great. So everyone is like a business owner. Disella, I'm assuming that's your name. That's Disella. How do you get people to buy? Great question. So how do you get people to buy is a combination of really a lot of things, right? It's not just one strategy, as I always tell people. So when you want to build a business, it is really about a whole sequence of stuff that's in place. And I see a lot of people actually going online and they do just one or two things and it doesn't work, right? Because you actually need to do a whole list of sequence of things. So let me tell you how you get people to buy Disella. And I'm not really going into that right now, but I will, since that is a question, I'm going to answer your question. So the first thing that you really need to do, right, is, okay, before I tell you all the stuff that you need to do, just imagine like this, right? If you want to build a house, you need to start building the foundation. You can't just build a house. If not, your house will fall flat. So it's the same with online business. You need to build a foundation. After building your foundation, then you start building the house, right? And then you start inviting people in. That's the social media part. So, so assuming that you have gotten everything done and you don't know how to like invite people in, that's where the online social media comes in. This is where I'm talking about. But let me just kind of like go back into talking about some of the foundation you need to build. You need to know, number one, who your ideal clients are. Number two, you need to get your messaging right, because what I see most often is people actually don't have their messaging right. So people get very confused when they come into your profile. They get very confused when they go into your website. Third, you need to have an on-brand client attraction website. Yes, because people do check you out. They will want to know about you the moment they see your post. If your post is something that they like, they will check you out. Without you even asking them to check you out, they will check you out, okay? Trust me. The other one is making sure you have a sales funnel, which is your landing page that goes into your auto email responder. And then, of course, the social media bit. The social media bit is what I'm talking about today, which is on Instagram, right? And in Instagram, it is the way in which you drive traffic and in the way in which you grow. So when you're on Instagram, you basically, first thing you need to do is, after you've known who your target ideal clients are, you want to start growing, you want to start targeting them. And that is what I was talking about at the beginning, to grow at 1,000 followers a month, right? Because not everyone will buy. So you need to start like growing. Even though they are your targeted list, they may not be buying from you like straight away, right? They don't see you for the first time and buy straight away. So in social media, people normally buy from you after they see you on a video for about 7 hours. All right, combination of 7 hours, because I've got this question about, is it like people sit down and watch you for 7 hours? Like no one will sit down and watch you for 7 hours. So if it is a combination of 7 hours on video, people, the propensity to buy and make a decision is very high after 7 hours. On social media, if people have a touch base with you, anything between 13 to 27 touch points, then the propensity to buy goes up. So while you are doing that, which is why you do your content, right? You do your content, you do your like all the other stuff that I've been talking about, posting your content, doing videos, doing all this other great stuff, which has the touch point. And you need to touch as many people as possible, which is why you need to grow your social media. And then at some point, because you're always having call to action, right? So when you post your content, you could be telling a story about yourself. You could be posting a content about an incredible 8-week program that you have. You could be like sharing some quotes. You could be sharing some inspiration, all that stuff that you're doing. Or you can be providing free training, like basically what I'm doing now. All of that will kind of like start to drive traffic, and that will create an interest. At some point, if you start to create valuable content, you start to create all this valuable stuff for people, then people will be interested at some point to buy from you, right? And it also depends on what you're selling. So based on your question, Gisela, what do you sell? What do you sell? Is it a service or are you selling a product? Because the way to do products is slightly different from services. Okay, so let me continue about why you want an Instagram and how you get people to buy, right? So I'm a business coach. Obviously, I do have a program. It's like a 6-month one-to-one coaching. It's called Magical Foundation. And that would really be getting you to the point where it helps you to sell your product so that people will buy from you, right? And you get like what I was just starting to say, probably I would kind of like repeat that because there are some people who join. The results I get from Instagram is about 1,000 to 2,000 followers a month. You get email signups like between 15 to 20 a week. And you get like inquiries and people talking to you like 3 to 5 a day. So that's pretty amazing, considering that this is an organic strategy. You don't have to put in advertisement. And obviously you can put in advertisement. I'm not saying don't put advertisement. You can, the whole idea about my Magical Foundation is that I always teach my clients to do the organic part first. And then once they get some traction, once they get a few clients, they feel happy about it, they know that things are working, and then they start to put in some advertisement because they've got some money in. So that is the whole idea. Magical Foundation is really for either newbie coaches who sell services or anybody who is new on the internet, basically. So the seller for products is almost the same. It's almost the same, except that you probably don't need so much of an email autoresponder like the way a person who sells services does. So I've got like a client who's actually selling, what does she sell? She sells scarves. She's a designer, so she sells it herself, right? And it is pretty much the same thing. Grow your following, make sure you have an on-brand client attraction website, all of that I've just mentioned. Probably the tweak really is there isn't so much of the auto email responder. That's the main thing that you probably don't need to do so much, because you are a product, you're selling product, and your product should speak for itself. And it's really about how you put your brand and how you entice people with the fabulous picture of your products, right? So it's slightly different in that sense. So what kind of product do you sell, Gisela? I'm just curious. Okay, so I'm going to go into how do you do that, right? So I'm going to give you 3 simple tips about how you can actually do that. The first thing is set up your profile, right? Obviously, set up your Instagram profile. Set it up as a business profile. And make sure when you're setting up your profile, make it very clear. Make it very, very clear in terms of what you're doing, right? Because I see this so often when I go into a profile, somebody tells me they do a ton of things. Like I do social media, and I do this, and I do this, and I do workshop facilitation, and blah, blah, blah. And that is confusing, right? When you create confusion, it equals no sales. I'm going to repeat again. Confusion equals no sales, right? So when people go into your Instagram profile, it needs to be very clear what you do. So to tell people specifically what you do, and drive and hone in on that one or two things that you do very, very clearly. You don't need to be saying like whole tons of other stuff that you do. Is like you're passionate about your dog or whatever, right? Like not in your IG page, because it is very limited, right? You have 150 characters to put whatever you want to put. So you make sure that you really specify clearly what you do, and have a call to action in your social media profile, which is your Instagram, and then get that call to action. So if your call to action is getting a free ebook, like my call to action is in my free ebook, but if your call to action is something else, whether it's a free discovery call or you want them to have a call to action, so you're selling product, the seller, so your call to action would be maybe a free YouTube video that you want to show people how great your anti-aging and wellness product is, right? Because the whole thing about a call to action and a freebie is really to educate people about what you're selling. Because people are not gonna like jump on, they look at this anti-aging cream and they want to buy. Like they want to know how great your anti-aging cream is before they buy it. So I would suggest, like in your case, the seller, is have a call to action to a video, preferably a video with some testimony on your anti-aging product, how it works and how great it is, right? So always emphasize the results. So that is what you do for setting up your profile. That's the first tip. The second tip is, yes. So the second tip is making sure that you do a target following, right? Target your followers. So how do you target your followers? You target people who are potentially your clients, right? So obviously in Instagram, you do have like lots of people. So for example, the seller, you have, yours is anti-aging, right? So maybe you would like to follow followers of, say Lancome, for instance, or Clinique, or, what else? So many, right? Clarins, Clinique, Lancome, whatever, because it's anti-aging product. And all these companies, these huge companies has huge followers. I haven't actually checked whether Lancome, Clinique and all that, like what is their presence on social media, especially in Instagram, and how many followers they have, but I'm quite sure it's pretty big, because I know like people like Louis Vuitton, people like Kate Spade and all that, it's like it runs into the millions, right? These are huge brands we're talking about. So you can actually follow followers of such brands, because these are the people who are going to potentially buy from you because they're interested in, this kind of products. All right, so that is follow your followers, right? That is to actually grow your social media presence, to actually grow to the number that you want. And if you actually want help, the seller, in really how to do that, I do have a 2-hour intensive specifically on helping you to grow your social media, especially on Instagram. And you can sign up for that 2-hour intensive. It is pretty affordable, and I would say that when you sign up for that, the ROI in itself, like you get the ROI back immediately in itself, simply because in Facebook, if you were to get the same kind of results that I'm going to be coaching you on, it will cost you $300 to $500 a month, and so you get your ROI within the same month itself, just based on the fact that on the ads. Okay, so the third thing that you want to make sure that you are putting on in your Instagram profile is your content, right? So you need to have amazing content. You need to have content people like, and obviously on brand content, right? So it is very annoying when you go into, actually maybe it's just for me, but I think it's general, right? So when I go into a social media profile and I'm looking at it and I'm like, oh my god, it looks messy, it's all over the place, I don't know what that person is doing, they're posting pictures of just about everything, and it doesn't even look pleasant. So that is not how you would want to run a business. So posting pictures about just about everything is like, if it's your personal profile and you're just having friends, that's okay. But if you're having a business, it's got to be on brand, right? So make sure that it is on brand. Make sure that you are having stuff there that that really talks about your brand in every way, right? Pictures of yourself, pictures of, obviously your product, if you're selling products, pictures of motivational quotes and things like that. You don't see many people on social media promote your product. I see many. Okay, so I think it's got to do with your following, Priscilla. All the people that I follow promote their product, all of them. Either they're promoting their product or they're promoting themselves. That's because my target following are really people who are in business, so which is why I get that. So it doesn't matter that you don't see many people, because so if your target followers are people who are not in business, because obviously you want people to buy products from you, which is your wellness product, then yeah, most likely you won't see them because your ideal clients are quite different, right? So it really depends on who you're following. Yeah, that's subtle marketing. Promoting the lifestyle is subtle marketing, so that is a way of promoting it as well, right? It's either promoting the product and promoting the lifestyle, but again, depending on what you're selling. Because let's say, for instance, I'm a business coach and I do promote about my lifestyle because I am kind of like working from home, work whenever I want, laptop lifestyle. I don't need to go to work. I don't need to be caught in traffic. So that is really, my way of promotion as well. Some of the time, not all the time. So it really depends on most of the people. Yeah. So Priscilla, we probably need a conversation about that, because you are trying to sell products, right? You're trying to sell anti-aging. You don't necessarily need to follow entrepreneurs, because not only entrepreneurs use anti-aging products. And I don't know that. I'm just like kind of assuming that you just want to target the consumer, because if you're targeting consumer, then it can be like anybody, right? Whether they're working or whether like people who wants a great lifestyle, people who who cares about how they look, usually are people who wants a great lifestyle, right? And so that is what we can get into a deep dive a bit more, so that your targeting will be really, really awesome during our 2-hour intensive. If that is something that sounds good for you, go to my bio link and you can sign up. It's called the Special Intensive. So I offer that to new clients. It's a 2-hour intensive that I do. So we can dive down into that, like really, really dive down into who your ideal clients are. And sometimes it's not as straightforward. Sometimes really it is. It isn't, not to say sometimes. Most of the time it isn't as straightforward, because when you start thinking out of the box, that's when you get really creative, and that's when things starts to flow, right? And then we go into an amazing Instagram strategy that really, really works. So I guess the other thing about this strategy as well, why it is so good when you start growing your following, is like one of my clients, and you can actually look for her. She's called Marley Love Life Coaching. She's on Instagram, so she has grown her business and her following amazingly within just a few months. I think she'd grown her business to like more than 6,000 followers within 3 months. It's pretty amazing, because she target both male and female, and within that period of 3 months, she has been approached to write. She has been approached to write for magazines for a year. She has been approached to speak twice already, and obviously she's booking clients, and she's a life coach, right? She's a life coach, and yes, that is what this Instagram strategy does for you. You get exposure as well. It's not just clients, it's exposure. It's yeah, and because of that, she has actually been approached to write a book, which she is now in the process of publishing. So things has been really good for her. Marley Love, life coaching, you can sort of like check her out. She is a client for Magical Foundation, so she does everything. Because like I mentioned in earlier, it isn't just one specific thing. It's actually the whole. It's everything. Everything needs to fit together. So I always tell people, right? If you want your body to work, you just can't have the heart to work, right? You can't say, I only want my heart and I'm going to forget about my kidney and I'm going to forget about my liver and my lungs. And so now I want to like I want to get into, okay, so by now I think I decide that I want to start putting my kidney in. So it doesn't function that way, right? So if you want an amazing business, and if you want a business that really, really rocks and really, really works, everything has to be in, right? You need your lungs, your kidney, your heart, like everything, your liver. You can't just live with one or two organs, which is what most people get into the trap of. They think that they can just do a few things. And so I've got like this somebody who was with me. She signed up for an inner child healing session. She's in my client for business coaching, and she started crying, and she was like telling me, like, hey, why am I not, like, I'm so on purpose, I want to do this, but why am I not getting clients? And I said, what have you been doing? And she said, oh, she did her website and she did a funnel. So it doesn't matter if you have the greatest website in the world. It doesn't matter if you have the greatest funnel in the world. No one is going to know that you even exist without having an amazing social media and growing that social media. That is just how it goes, right? And obviously you need to like, if you are not live, if you're not online and you're doing, like, you have other strategies that you do, which is offline, that's great. Like that, this online strategy will definitely complement your offline strategy. Whatever offline strategies that is, I don't coach on offline strategy. I'm only on online. So yeah, she's a certified life coach. She does life coaching for. She does on purpose life coaching. She's a life purpose coach. She's a life purpose coach. Yeah, you can check her out. Maybe I should just drop a link there. Hi Sada, I'm good. How are you? So Disilla, you're saying you have the foundation. Yeah, lots of people actually, these days know quite a lot about online business. So you just need that 2 hour of like really going deep into making sure that your social media rock. Then just sign up for the 2 hour, and we'll take it from there. All right. Hi, Knowing Lux. So I have basically, I'm just going to drop a link here for Marley Love in case you want to kind of like check her out, since I do mention her here. Kind of like trying to get this at, okay, it is Marley. In the meantime, while I'm typing this, anybody has question? Anyone has any question regarding growing your social media on Instagram? Okay, so I've put that in. Her name is Marley Love Life Coaching. Okay, no problem. You're welcome, Disella. So any one of you who is like still watching, and if you are interested in the 2 hour intensive specifically on growing your Instagram strategy, look me up. It's called the Special Intensive. It is in my bio link, which you can sign up right away. If you have any question, just DM me and let me know. For those of you who are coming on, like watching the replay, thank you for watching, watching the replay. I'm saying hello to you in advance. And yeah, if you're watching the replay, again, it's the same thing. If you have any question, because you're not watching live, so you probably can't ask a question live. If you have any question, just DM me and send me a message, and I'll be able to get back to you. So, okay, thank you so much, everyone, for watching me live today. Abby, are you still on? Just want to say bye to you. Bye-bye, Abby. All right. Okie dokie. Bye, everyone. Bye.